So how does Chisholm prepare students for the future work? And you know, what's been your experience like in this industry?
Yeah, sure. So as I mentioned before, I guess when Chisholm Institute is delivering programs or diploma and higher ed programs to students, around 30,000 students a year. And we also have our offshore partners that deliver programs on our behalf. So the program that I was involved in with Vietnam delivered programs to over 700 Vietnamese students across 25 colleges in 12 sector areas. So Chisholm supported these colleges to understand competency-based training, the assessment processes, and how we deliver those programs in Australia. And look, the program that we had with Vietnam was fantastic. I mean, the students were so amazing. I think in the first few months, all of them did indicate that they were ready to quit, that this learning a program in a foreign language, as well as this competency-based training and having to do presentations and ask questions, it was all just too much. But fortunately, they all made it through. We had a really good retention rate with the program. So graduated some 725, I think it was, in the end, which was amazing. And part of that program is very similar to what we would do in Australia, where we support the students for that career readiness. We also support them to introduce them to industry where we can. So how do we make sure that industry is aware of the graduates and that graduates are aware of what opportunities are taking place? So all of those things that we would do, I guess, in Melbourne is what we look to undertake in our global campuses as well, and something that was quite successful in Vietnam.
Now, I think it's time for me to ask you a couple of audience questions. So the question is, Jennie, I'm a fresh graduate, and at the moment I do not get along with my boss. How do I adapt to changes and accept opinions from employers that I feel uncomfortable to agree with in the workplace? Any thoughts and advice on this?
I think my response will be that we have to all be very open to feedback. Regardless if you agree or not, it's important to listen and to maybe not necessarily accept, but to definitely listen and be open to having that feedback. And what you might find, particularly with graduates, there might be supervisors out there that feel a little bit threatened by graduates that have got new skills and understanding of you know, processes and equipment that they may not have. So you need to sort of take it all in, I guess, when you are receiving this feedback. And in the end, just speak to others, speak to mentors, speak to your family, speak to others, your former teachers, just to really get a bit of a 360-degree look at that feedback. But in the end, never you know, say no. Always accept feedback. Always be open and willing to hear the feedback, because it will improve you and it'll help you become a better person and a better employer. Sometimes the feedback might be not what you want to hear, and it can be really hard to hear, but ultimately it's life, and I think it's something that people need to be open and willing to accept.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's great advice. You know, accepting feedback, radical candor are such important emotional intelligence skills. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for coming here with us.